Great news, UCLA basketball fans. The 3 student athletes who were detained in China for allegedly shoplifting from a Louis Vuitton store in Hangzhou when they were visiting for an early season tournament in the country have now been released and arrived back home at LAX safe and sound. The trio included LiAngelo Ball, the younger brother of LA Lakers 2017 first-round pick Lonzo Ball. The Balls are a fairly famous family beyond their basketball infamy thanks to their father, Lamar, and his Big Baller brand, which has hit the sports landscape with much fanfare. So the fact a member of the Ball family was caught up in all of this certainly brought attention to the matter. But it was the timing of the shoplifting incident. It occurred the day before President Trump arrived in China for his meetings with President Xi. Now that is what may have saved these 3 student athletes serious jail time. China, and I know I'm not breaking news when I say this, has a very strict criminal justice system. Crimes that may result in a slap on the wrist back home in the States can result in serious jail time in China. Such was the case with these 3 UCLA players. Because the value of the allegedly stolen goods was so high, the 3 could have faced up to 10 years in a Chinese prison. For the record, China's justice system tends to have a near-perfect conviction rate, so should an indictment have been drawn up, they would almost certainly have been thrown in jail. Enter President Trump. According to multiple press reports, including the New York Times, Trump's staff saw a report of the trio's arrest on TV right before Trump's dinner with President Xi. After returning home, General John Kelly, the president's chief of staff, described to the New York Times how Trump secured the release of the 3 athletes. Quote, "Our president said to Xi, 'Do you know anything about these knuckleheads that got caught allegedly stealing?' The president was saying, 'It's not too serious. We'd love to see this taken care of in an expeditious way.'" Unquote. Xi, who was not familiar with the incident at the time, sent an aide, according to the Times, to find out more. Within hours, the trio was released and the charges were dropped. It's the art of the deal, folks. And I'm sorry, but for all the efforts of the professionals at the State Department, this is only a thing that gets done because the president directly raised it with Xi. No wasting times with diplomats or using official channels. And in that, Trump did these young knuckleheads a real big favor. But you'll need to forgive me as I'm highly confused as why Donald Trump would even do this. For months we've been told by all the official people from CNN, MSNBC, even the CBC, the Democrats, and pretty much all of Hollywood that there is a white supremacist in the White House. So why would a white supremacist go out of his way to secure the release of 3 young black college basketball players? Could it be that Donald Trump isn't actually a racist and simply did what any good president should do and look out for US citizens caught up in legal issues overseas or even worse, when they're kidnapped? Maybe after 8 years of Obama completely failing on this front, from Otto Warmbier to James Foley, Americans became complacent. But I do think the contrast on how Trump builds personal relationships with world leaders is something we should all note here. Remember in late September, at the height of the anthem kneeling controversy, NBA superstar LeBron James called Donald Trump a bum. Yet in the days after Trump secured the release of 3 basketball players, possibly future NBAers, LeBron is dead silent. Not a mention, not a thank you, nada. Even the UCLA chancellor today put out a statement that completely omitted thanking the president. Look, I'm not going to go plead with anyone to stroke the president's ego, but come on. In this case, there is no doubt Trump personally saved these kids from the inside of a Chinese prison, which often includes forced labor. So you don't have to like President Trump nor his policies, but decency suggests you should say thank you. And that's what these 3 students did today in their first press appearance since they returned home. They apologized for their actions and thanked the president. Right on. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. You know, we here at The Rebel think we do a better job covering President Trump honestly and give you the facts rather than the hearsay and the rumors and the palace intrigue of the media party and the mainstream media in the States. So make sure you click subscribe on The Rebel's YouTube channel.